It is hot.
Can't even tell you. We had our son out in the pool, and it was just like, ugh, I couldn't even breathe out there.
What was it like?
Ugh. All right, so we are going to I'm going to make a skirt steak with some chimichurri, and I'm going to make a potato fondant, and a salad with some grapefruit. So I know that's a lot. I'm going to try to like go step by step with each thing that I'm making. The steak is pretty easy. We're just going to put it on the cast iron and let it do its thing. So that's really basic. You're going to chop up like the herbs and stuff for me.
Yeah, I'll prep all that stuff. Do you want me to squeeze the juice too for the grapefruit?
Yes.
All right.
So we're going to make a vinaigrette for that. All right, first I'm going to start with the potatoes fondant. These are absolutely delicious. So you're going to take, you know, like the standard Idaho potato, peel it. You're going to cut off the sides like here, okay? And then you're going to have like half of it. And then you're going to kind of, I'll show you here.
So you want to...
So they're kind of like this. They're about like, I don't know, what would you say?
Like an inch and a half?
Like an inch or so. If it's a little less, it's fine. You just don't want it huge. You want it about like this, okay? So I'm going to take the potatoes. I'm going to do that to all of them. And then you're going to put it on either a cast iron or like a stainless steel pan. And you're going to sear them on the sides until they get like a nice brown toasty color. And then you're going to add some butter. You're going to put it in the oven. You're going to put it in the oven at 375 for about 30 to 35 minutes or so.
You looked at me like I would have the answer to that from you.
Sorry. You were my reassurance. I turned to you for that.
Yeah, I just go like this. Uh-huh.
Basically, this kind of potato is you have a crust on the outside and the inside it's like nice and creamy. So it's like
good.
It's so good. So it goes great with like, you know, steak. Just to change it up a little bit if you're making like steak or something like that, you know.
Yeah, we have all this extra grapefruit that Roberta used the zest for. You want to tell them?
I did. So I partnered up with Artifact Brewing. They're a local brewery right around the corner from, not too far from
Hatboro,
us.
Pennsylvania.
Hatboro. And we are collaborating, and we made a rosemary, grapefruit, and green peppercorn beer.
Saison.
So
It's gonna be a saison.
Yeah. So I'll let you guys know once that launches. It should be like August 15th, August 14th.
August 15th is the aim date, you know.
Yeah. So I'll keep everybody posted. So I think they only do like we're doing only like 100 gallons.
Yep.
So I'll keep everybody
small
posted.
batches, but I mean,
Yeah.
their beers at Artifact Brewing are they're fantastic.
I
They're
feel
really
like
good.
I'm out of air today. Like I
Yeah,
feel
it's
like
a little,
I can't
it's a little
talk
humid.
too much today. I feel like I'm reaching for air. Okay, so I sliced all my potatoes, like I said, into little, I don't know, what would you say they are? Little round,
I don't know.
little discs.
Round things.
Little discs.
Hey, what's up, Ken?
I'm heating up my stainless steel pan because I am going to use my cast iron for my steak. And we're going to start with a little bit of like vegetable oil in the pan. Why am I having such a hard time speaking today? Crazy.
I don't know.
So you're going to add about like 1 to 2 tablespoons or so, probably 2 tablespoons of oil. Because remember, we're also going to add butter before we put it into the oven. So get that nice and hot, and then we'll just season this right now with salt and pepper.
What are these shallots going in? Are these for the salad, or are you doing them for the steak, or?
No, I'm going to need half of that for my chimichurri and half of that for the vinaigrette.
All right, the chimichurri is getting chopped up, right?
Yes.
All right, so should I chop the other half up real fine?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
Now remember, when you're doing potatoes, they love salt, so don't be scared with the salt because, you know, I don't know, they absorb salt really, really well. So I'm just seasoning them, salt and pepper.
You're gonna have to show everybody, you know, how you cut the grapefruit too.
I'm gonna show you guys how I do.
Salad.
I do the grapefruit. So I cut the grapefruit. You can do this with orange as well in segments. So you go in between, like what is that called?
The rinds.
The rinds.
Okay.
I'm telling you, I'm not functioning well today. It's too freaking hot.
Ken said he's been like that all day, gasping for air. Yeah, I mean, it's just like, you know.
Yeah. It's just too hot.
It's so humid.
Okay. So I'm going to put the potatoes in right now because it's nice and hot, the oil. And you can kind of hear your sizzle once you put them in there. Alright, so we got that.
You want me to move them over so they can see, or you want to wait?
Not yet. I'm going to wait. When I go to flip them,
Okay.
I'll bring you guys.
Yeah, we'll show you guys the close-up view.
Yeah. This is the same thing as with steak or meat. You don't want to mess with it. You just let it go and do its thing because it'll kind of crisp up and it'll separate
Don't play
itself.
with your meat?
Right, don't play with your meat. Okay.
All right. Is this fine enough for you?
Yeah, that's perfect.
All right, good.
Good job.
Yeah, I can be taught.
Uh-huh.
What do you put in the vinaigrette in?
Kind of like a little mason jar. Do we have?
Yeah.
I mean, we have a couple in there, right?
Somewhere. Just pardon the cabinet.
You're gonna try to find it.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna find it because it's in the back.
Why don't you just put it in a little bowl, a little silver bowl?
That sounds like a better idea.
Yeah. That'll probably work out best.
All right.
So that's perfect.
Perfect.
Yep.
Good.
All right, so let's do this thing here. So basically, you're frying the potato before you actually bake it. Pretty simple.
You want to show
What
them
am I
this?
doing?
With the
Oh, I'll sharpen the. Where's the other knife? Right here. The one I was using for the. All right. So when you take your grapefruit, you're gonna go around and you're gonna peel it all around. You're gonna take that skin off. Okay. Then once you have it like this, I already started here. You're gonna go in between where the rind. This is not a rind. This is like the vein of the.
Isn't that the same thing? Oh, the rind's the outside.
Yeah.
Well, whatever.
So you're gonna go in between. So if you look here, sorry guys, I gotta show you guys too. Here and here, you're gonna go in between. So you're gonna cut right in the middle of it, and then this will give you this. So it'll give this the perfect like cut for like a salad. So you don't have all that like white stuff in your salad when you're eating it.
The one thing that drives me nuts about grapefruit is the seeds, the tiny seeds.
Yeah.
It's not like a lemon or anything like that where
I don't think this one has that much though.
No, it's really not. But there are a couple of the real
Yeah.
tiny ones. I'm assuming I'm probably going to need 2 grapefruits for this, right?
No, probably not. I mean,
No?
we're not.
What are you putting in the dressing?
In the dressing is shallots, salt, pepper, a little bit of agave, olive oil, and some champagne vinegar.
Okay.
Now this is a little, because the grapefruit has so much acidity to it, you kind of want to balance it with the sweetness.
Oh, so that's why you're adding the agave?
Right. You can also do,
Do honey, right?
you could do honey. I don't have honey, but you could totally do honey. You can even do, like if you want it kind of savory, you can do Dijon mustard too.
Oh,
So, okay, so these are the little segments that you have. So like that. Maybe we could use the other one if we want to.
I think we're gonna need. You
All
can't
right,
have to have a little
I
extra.
need to just.
I like this dressing, so I don't mind having extra.
All right, let me just see here.
I can drink it.
All right, see.
You want me to put the shallots right in that?
Yeah, give me 1 minute because we're going one. All right, I'm gonna bring this guy. I want to try to bring them over though, so I can show you because I'm gonna flip this
Try
one.
to bring them here.
Yeah, can you do that? Because
Yes.
this side isn't ready yet, but I can show them what this looks like.
All right.
So here, I'll get my phone.
Yeah. All right. Here, and I'll get this.
All right, we're gonna try to show you guys
Shaky
this.
camera.
All right, so let me flip this out. Why don't you just flip it? All right, so you have the potatoes like this. You have them in the vegetable oil. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna go around. You're gonna see which ones are pretty much ready to be flipped. So you can see that's the crust that you want. So you're gonna do that on the other side as well, and then you're gonna put them in the oven with butter. You can use rosemary. I don't know if I still have any rosemary.
I think you used all of it yesterday for
But
brewing.
as you can see, that's what you're getting here. So you're getting that nice crispy crust. Let's see, this one is ready to flip. Sorry, if you can hold that
Yeah,
for
I'll hold
me.
that.
All right. And then you can see, like, it's not sticking. A lot of people get intimidated by, like, cast irons and stainless steel because it sticks. As long as you're letting it do its thing, it's going to separate. All right, so we got this right there. And we got this little guy, a big guy, like that.
All right.
All right, so then let me bring you guys back. Put you back over here. See if anybody had any questions or anything.
Yeah, feel free to ask questions.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh. What did
Sorry.
you do?
I hit by an accident.
Isn't agave what tequila is made of?
So it's like tequila is from the cactus. Agave is, I guess, the sweetness, like the, it's like the pulp or something of the, I always forget this. Because I remember from us drinking tequila back in the day. Somebody explained that to us before.
Yeah, I
don't remember now.
It's been a while since I've been a tequila fan. I used to love tequila. I used to drink it all the time.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I guess once I hit the bourbon phase, I was kind of done with tequila. But I have to look that up, Ken. I don't really.
It is from the cactus.
I know I think it's from the same plant, but I don't want to say that without actually doing research. I should probably look that up, but I can't really research it while I'm on here.
So I'm using some unsalted butter. I'm gonna use quite a little bit. I'm gonna use, I don't know. What do you think? Like 5 tablespoons.
More than that, or you think that's good?
No, that's plenty.
Okay.
5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So we're gonna use 5 tablespoons of the butter. Don't judge. Okay.
Well, it's unsalted, so it's healthy, right?
Right. Exactly. But remember, this is going into the oven, and this is what's creating that creaminess to it. All right. So I'm kind of cutting it in like cubes, just so I can like spread it around the pot. So if you guys saw from before the way I had them laid out in there, I'm just gonna kind of like throw it in.
Oh, just tossing them in between the.
Yeah. Do they have any herbs around?
We've got.
No, I don't have any like.
I got basil. What do you need? You wanted to put some rosemary in there? Yeah, it's a shame. You know, we had a little bit extra after you guys brewed yesterday. But...
I know. All right, so I have that in there. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna add a little bit of dry Italian seasoning then. I'm just gonna just to give it a little bit of something else in there. So I'm just gonna take it. I'm gonna rub it in my hand. I'm gonna just sprinkle it around. And I'll bring it over to you guys before I pop it in the oven. So
for the dressing, the chopped shallots go in here now?
Yeah, hold on one second.
Okay.
So if you can see, it's like that. I think they could see it.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah. So it's going into the oven now for a half hour.
Okay.
So see you later.
All right, what else am I...
Okay. Now, I'm going to put my stuff away. Clean as you go. Clean as you go.
Not me. I just blow everything up
Yeah,
in the
I know.
kitchen.
If you should see his side of the thing there, it's... Okay. When you're cooking steak, you always want to bring it to room temperature. Never take the steak out of the refrigerator and put it right on the grill or put it right on top. Like, don't do that because it's just going to create like a stiff steak. So you want it kind of to bring it to room temperature so it's nice and like, you know, soft basically. So it's at that room temp so you can put it in the pan. It'll give you that nice crust so you don't have any worries with that. Okay.
What temperature? Preheat to 375, right?
For the oven?
Yeah.
375 for 30 to 35 minutes, depending on how your oven is. Okay. So. All right. So you want to do the vinaigrette? The vinaigrette should be last, but.
Well, I've got it there.
Ooh,
I
that's
just
a
figured.
lot.
Yeah, it's all right. We'll make extra and then, you know.
Okay. Well, okay. So he has. What did you do? One whole grapefruit.
A whole grapefruit. The
Okay.
juice of a whole grapefruit.
Whole grapefruit. So that's in there. Put the little minced shallots. He chopped up the shallots super duper fine. If you want to skip this and you don't want to add onions, that's totally fine too. I just like a little bit of that. Hi, Patty. We're good. Cooking up in the kitchen. All right. Where's my agave now? Oh, here it is.
Okay. Did you need the other herbs cut up? What do you got there? Parsley or?
Yeah. Hold on.
Okay.
One thing at a time.
I'm just
trying to teach them the
trying to get ahead of the curve here.
Yeah, but still. All right, so we have juice of 1 grapefruit. We have a half of a shallot, or would you do like a small shallot?
It was a half of a shallot.
Shallots are, but they come in like a bulb. So was it 1 or was it?
Well, there's like 2 in one bowl.
So they
sit like a heart almost, right?
Okay, so you used half of that.
I used 1 of the bowls.
So a small shallot you could do. All right, so we're gonna take about a tablespoon of agave or honey. We're gonna take some champagne vinegar. Hold on.
Trying to get it.
Well, yeah, it's not gonna. So you're gonna add, I would say like about 2 tablespoons, a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons. You can try it once it's done to see if you like it. Now I have to season it with salt and pepper. I am gonna have to whisk it, so you're not gonna be able to hold it there.
No, I'm not gonna.
So, yeah.
You'll splash me.
So
with
salt. There's salt in there, and then we're gonna need some pepper.
I think I found the job that I'm good at, by the way. It's just holding a bowl.
Right. Okay, so I'm gonna take my whisk, and I'm gonna use my olive oil in here, and I'm gonna probably use. So this is where you kind of eyeball it for something like this. I mean, you had a whole head. That's a lot of vinaigrette. So I'm gonna use probably about a half a cup or so of olive oil. And like I said, this is like more of a preference too. Yeah, definitely a half a cup of olive oil. So as you're pouring in the olive oil, you want to whisk. Keep whisking, because this will emulsify it so it doesn't sit and break up into pieces. This is where if you had a mason jar, you could put it in the mason jar and just shake it up too.
The reason she's doing it is because if I go to do it, I'll either make a mess or I won't be good enough at it, because I end up just not going fast enough. She's got that.
Guys.
Yeah? What?
Oh my God. Here.
I gotta have a taste, you know?
No, I got a few too.
Oh, it's so
Isn't that delicious? Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, so we'll set that aside.
I've been dying for grapefruit lately too, especially, well, I mean, after yesterday with the beer.
So we're done with that. And I really think the key with that is the sweetness, because the grapefruit is already so acidic. It's not super sweet. Okay.
I was asked where my drink is. My drink is water today.
Yes, we both
because
have water.
After the brewery yesterday, you know, when you're working in the brewery, you gotta kind of, imbibe a little bit. So.
All right, Rick. So you're gonna do my chimichurri.
All right.
All right. The difference between chimichurri and pesto, because I know a lot of people get confused with that. Chimichurri is actually like an Argentinian. In South America, we use it a lot with our steak, with our beans, and stuff like that.
And pesto's the little bird in Animaniacs. It's like Joe Pesci.
No.
Right?
So pesto is basically you use pecorino, parmesan, you use some pine nuts and parsley and basil and stuff like that. But you can use basil in a chimichurri. We're just not adding cheese to a chimichurri. You're adding either chilies. You can add pretty much anything. It's just more oil based instead of like cheese based, which is like a pesto. Hopefully that makes sense for everybody. Okay, so you're gonna work on that.
All right. Can I just throw this in there?
Yeah, just throw that in there. Do we want to add a garlic in there?
Yeah, I mean, you're asking me if you want to
Well,
add
I don't
garlic.
know. You don't have
garlic.
to. Yeah, we'll add like 2 cloves of garlic.
Okay.
So he's doing a small shallot. That's what we're gonna say. He's gonna add 2 cloves of garlic. We're going to use pretty much all this parsley because it's very herb forward. And I think, you know what? I think I'm gonna add, because usually you would add parsley and oregano as well to a chimichurri. But I think we're gonna do parsley and basil because we have so much basil in the garden, and I feel like this is just a good way to like use these herbs.
We do have dry oregano. I guess that wouldn't work though in a fresh.
Not really, because you want freshness kind of when you're making just a topping for the steak. Our daughter is obsessed with the chimichurri. That's like her favorite thing.
You said 2 cloves of garlic?
Yes.
Okay.
And then we're gonna use half of the lime and a little bit of vinegar. But with this sauce, you don't want champagne vinegar. You want either white wine vinegar, white vinegar, or red wine vinegar. Any of those. You can even do apple cider, but I still feel like apple cider is a little bit too sweet. So just stick with traditional wine when you're making a chimichurri.
I guess you could throw. Can you throw I mean, like a hot pepper in there? Like
Yeah, you can. That's why I said chilies. I'm not going to add that because our son doesn't really like spicy stuff too much. So, but I would.
whole?
Yep, put it right in there whole. But you can add Fresno chili. You can add jalapeno. You can even add crushed red pepper in there, which I think is super delicious too. And that goes great on top of a steak. All right, so you're doing that.
These cloves are monstrous, by the way.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it doesn't really do it justice here, but...
So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to get my cast iron hot. Like really, really hot. Since we're not grilling outside and we want to get that nice crisp crust on our steak, we want it nice and hot. All right.
You said chop up all of the...
Yeah, I would just, you don't have to chop it, just roughly, because you're putting it in the food processor.
Right, and the basil
And
too?
the basil,
Right.
yeah. But like I said, with the chimichurri, it's more oil-based. When you're making a pesto, there's a lot of cheese in it and pine nuts.
Right.
So, all
Alright, we got this.
right, so that's done. Should I do the other grapefruit or no?
Yeah, for the salad?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Yeah, because I mean, it can't hurt to have that. Like we had so much left. This thing once you de-skin.
Yeah, we used a lot of the zest of it, and I didn't want it to go to waste, so I brought it back, and I figured we can make a salad with it.
You guys brewed what, 100 gallons of beer? Is that what he said?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. So I mean, you know, it was quite a bit of zest used for that.
All right.
That beer is going to be fantastic, by the way.
Yeah, I can't wait. All right, so I'm gonna cut up this again here and just take the segments. See, now this one looks like it's gonna have a lot of segments in it. All right, so my pan is getting really hot.
All right.
Now, when you're cooking a skirt steak, there's a difference between skirt steak and flank steak. Flank steak definitely needs to get cooked a little bit longer. A skirt steak, it's done in like, you know, depending on how you like it, it can be done in like 8 minutes or so. Maybe even less than that, depending on the thickness of the cut.
What's in everybody's garden, by the way? Because our garden this year is, it's funny because it's shifted as far as what is doing really well and what is not.
All right, I'm gonna move this out of here real quick because now I'm smoking. All right, I'm gonna add a little bit of olive oil in here. Not much because the skirt steak does have a lot of fat on it, which you don't really want to trim a lot of the fat off. Just a little bit here and there if there's too much. That fat actually pretty much melts. And when you cut it, you're cutting it against the grain when you're cutting steak. Because if you don't cut it against the grain, you're going to get tough pieces of meat. And that's where people get like turned off by that too, you know? All right. I have that.
Okay, I hope I didn't overstuff this.
Take a little bit of that oil out. A little bit too much in there. All right.
You think there's too much in here?
Now, if as soon as you put some olive oil in there, it'll bring it down. Yeah.
All right.
All right. So I have that really piping hot. I'm gonna take my steak, and I'm just gonna put it on there.
Now, for the salad,
Yeah.
since there's acidity in grapefruit, I was going to cut up a tomato, but I guess that's probably not a good idea.
I mean, I wouldn't. I mean, you can. You could totally put whatever you want in your salad.
Yeah.
You know.
How much of this?
Now you want a good. So when you're making a chimichurri, you're going to use about a half a cup or so of olive oil. Like I said, it's very oil-based driven. All right, so you're pretty good there. Mix it, see how it is. You want a consistency like that's pretty.
Salt and pepper.
Salt and pepper. Here's your salt. Here's your pepper. I'm leaving that up to you.
Yeah, it's
All right, so the steak is going. I'm going to let it go and do its thing. Yeah, well, you can do it afterwards too. Do you want to just blend it first?
Yeah, just to knock it down a little bit.
All right, so that's going. I'm not going to mess with it. Let's see. Just making sure you guys don't have any questions. Okay.
I have a question.
I think we're all good.
Never mind, I figured it out.
You got it?
I got it, I think.
Okay.
We're gonna find out. It might go squirting all
Well,
over
make
the
sure
place,
you're holding it.
Yeah?
You good?
Think so? Ooh, I guess probably more oil, right?
Yes, definitely more oil. So that's why you want to mix it beforehand, just to see how much oil you're actually going to need. So this is more of like kind of an eyeball kind of thing. So if you need more than a half a cup, just add a little more until you have a good.
I'll show you the consistency when
yeah.
it's not. It's just hard with the way this. I was heaping over the sides of this thing.
All right, I'm just kind of taking the segments out again, like I did prior to.
I'm gonna season it a little bit. I had a hard time seasoning it when it was up at the top, but
Okay. Now, if you guys want to, and you don't want to get rid of the grapefruit once you take the little segments out, you can turn it into juice. I mean, there's still plenty there.
Yeah.
You know, or you could just squeeze whatever else out. I mean, I don't know.
One more time.
Remember, though, you're going to add vinegar in there. You got to add vinegar.
Yeah, you're right. All right. So, champagne vinegar?
No. See, he wasn't listening.
I was not. But that's the theme of this whole thing, is that I don't really listen a whole lot.
So you're going to take white vinegar that we have there, the big white vinegar that's on the ground there.
That's what I said.
Uh-huh. All right, I'm going to flip this over.
How much, am I eyeing this too? Vinegar's pretty potent, you know?
Hold on. Sorry, guys. Just a little bit. Just like a tablespoon of vinegar, because you're also going to add, that's perfect.
Okay.
Because you're also going to add half of the lemon.
Oh,
in there.
Right. Well, you know what? I'm just going to do the lemon now then.
Okay.
Only half, huh?
Yeah, you don't. It's going to be too harsh then on your palate. My gosh, how do you make such a mess?
I don't know.
I don't understand. It's
You know,
like
it's funny because growing up, I really didn't leave my room a mess. I'm going to do the fork trick you told me, by the way, because I realized that she's right and I was wrong. It's a lot easier to use the fork in the lemon to squeeze out the juice and filter it than it is to just do it by hand.
Just don't aim it at your face. Aim it.
Which is exactly what I just did.
He was literally going like this and jabbing it and doing that. No, you don't want to do that yet. All right, so we got our steak going. That's good. All right, that's pretty much it, guys. I mean, I don't know really.
Yeah. I mean, well, we'll show this.
The steak is really not going to be like done right away.
Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah.
Potatoes aren't going to be done right away, so I'll take a picture and put that up for you guys too.
My God, those potatoes.
Those potatoes are the best.
It is a shame you didn't have any rosemary left over.
I know. Yeah, you could throw thyme or rosemary.
Like the whole sprigs, right?
The whole sprig right in and right into the oven.
All right. Oh, all right. Here, leave that open.
There you go. Now blend that up and then try it. See if you need to add anything else to it.
Well, you try it, because you'll know.
Put this on its side right now here so we can get some coloring here. Get some coloring here. Well.
Here.
Oh. You know what makes it spicy?
The black pepper.
The garlic.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that garlic was monstrous.
I think it's fine. I think it needs a little more salt.
Okay.
And that's perfect after that.
All right, and then the consistency. I'll just show them the consistency.
Yeah, show them the consistency when you're done. Sorry.
Yeah.
Small kitchen.
Hence the big small kitchen.
Yeah. All right, let me just wash my one board here. And then once the steak comes out, I can show it to you guys.
The consistencies, I mean, it's kind of hard to tell from this, but you know, it's good enough to pour over.
Yeah, once it sits a little bit too, it'll. I mean, and you can put that in the refrigerator and save it for a couple of days. Good, right?
That is good. Yeah, but you're right. It does need a little salt.
Yeah. Just a little bit, not much.
We're actually getting low on salt.
Yeah. Well, we cook a lot here, you know?
I'm usually
All right.
drinking a lot more than cooking. But,
All right. Where am I at here?
the kitchen. Making the potatoes next weekend for sure.
Oh, yeah, please do.
Yeah.
Please do, because they are fantastic.
Oh my God, that smells so good.
All right, steak is almost done. Now with this steak, you don't want it overdone. You want it, you know, medium
Never
well,
really want
maybe.
the steak overdone.
When you take the steak out, do not cut it right away. Just let it sit for a little bit, just so the juices can still stay in there, because if you start cutting it right away, you're gonna get dry steak. And that's another...
Well, and remember, it cooks too after you take it out. It cooks for a couple more minutes.
Yeah.
So
you kind of want, as you can see,
nice.
but there is still
juicy.
pink in there, so I'm gonna just let it sit. And take that out. I'm gonna put the other little pieces that I have on here.
I effectively made a mess.
Yeah, well maybe you should clean it.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know.
So now I'm gonna take this piece. Now all I used was just salt and pepper on my steak. That's it.
Oh, kitchen smells amazing.
It really does smell really, really good. All right, so you guys could see, let me see if you could see it. But there's plenty of juice and how moist it is. It's bouncy. So that's the one thing, that's a trick. Yeah.
Tell them this trick.
Yeah. So there's a trick when you're cooking steak to know, like, oh my gosh, is it done? Is it not? Instead of like cutting through it and stuff like that. Yeah, if you touch it, it'll feel kind of either firm or like bouncy. So if you go here, right? If you touch this.
The fleshy part of your...
Yeah. So you go like this. This is well done. You can see it's very, very stiff. If you keep going, actually no, I'm sorry. This is soft. If you keep going like this, you'll see that it starts to get firmer and firmer and firmer. So if you go like this and you touch your steak, you know that it's well done.
So pinky finger to thumb is well done.
You can see it's like very, you know, you guys are doing it right now, but this is where you want it to be when it's like medium. This is like medium well. You know, then you keep going and it just keeps getting, you know.
It sounds ridiculous, but when she taught me that, after she did that, and I knew exactly how to do the steaks on like the grill a lot easier, and it's true. It actually, it works. I don't know where you learned that. Is that like a Brazilian thing?
No, did you steal my water?
No, this is my water.
Where's my water? I don't know. I'll find it.
Maybe this is your water.
But yeah, I mean, like I said, it's just a little trick. I think my dad actually taught me that, or somebody that my dad worked with. I don't know. I just picked it up from somewhere. But that's pretty simple. You just go by that. That's how you know when you're steak, if you feel it, you know. All right, let me put these little guys. You all right there?
Yeah, I drank a little too much water too fast, so.
Okay. All right, so
that's it, right?
So, like I said, the steak is just setting right now. I mean, it's kind of hard for you guys to see, but there's plenty of juice in there, and it's actually starting to run a little bit. And that's what you want. You want to let it sit. So then I'm going to slice it against the grain. Like I said, drizzle a little bit of the chimichurri on top, and then we'll have our potatoes. Did we ever put the timer on for the potatoes?
We did not.
Oh, that's good. Well, I guess we'll see how long we were on here for. All right, guys. So if you want, just tune into my Instagram page. I'll put the recipe for everything. I'll probably do them in 3 separate posts. So if you just want the salad or if you just want the steak.
They're all the past episodes are also up on YouTube, so don't forget that.
On YouTube and on my thing.
On Roberta's channel.
Lex, those potatoes. Those are the ones I made. So
the recipe, right. Lex had them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love those potatoes.
The recipe will be up, so you guys can have that. All right, guys.
All right.
Talk to you guys later.